Hello everyone, Namaskar. Today we are going to discuss the most touched part, or you can say the most important part of this chapter, means electric charges and fields. So here written Gauss law. So this is not very new. So concept on which it is based, you are carrying from last 3-4 videos. So it is based on total flux, calculation of flux, and flux you know very well, it is actually representation of outflow rate of some effect or some material. Okay. So here electric field, electric flux is related to outflow effect of electric field, and again you know total flux through a surface, remember it, total flux through a surface is directly proportional to total number of electric field lines passing through this surface. This flux will be EA cos theta or E delta S cos theta. Our surface element is perpendicular to the direction of electric field, it is simply E into delta S. So E is what? Strength of electric field, and delta S is what? It is area of surface element. Okay. So here we have drawn some lines. This is charged, this is charge, electric charge, and I have taken positive. Here also same charge is here, but I am showing different surfaces. In this case 1, this surface is spherical and this surface is enclosing this charge, and the second one is what? This is very irregular surface. These both are closed surfaces. The second one is irregular surface, and it is also enclosing same charge Q plus Q. So you can say number of lines, and with the help of number of lines through unit area perpendicular to the direction of electric field, we show the strength of electric field in any location. So number of lines emerging out from these charges is same in both cases. So definitely again I am saying, since total flux is directly proportional to number of lines, total number of lines passing through a surface, or you can say total flux is directly proportional to number of lines passing through a surface, whether surface is perpendicular to the electric field lines or not. Important here is what? Total flux is directly proportional to total number of lines passing through the surface. So same charge is placed in this case and in this case. In this first case, surface is taken spherical. Even more specific case is given here. This charge is placed at the center of spherical surface, and here this is very irregular surface and charge is placed anywhere inside the surface. Now in both cases one thing is clear, total flux is fixed, total flux is equal in both cases. So let us see again, you know flux through a surface is what? It is phi or delta phi, it is equal to E dot delta S. Delta S is area vector of the surface element, and if some electric field lines are passing through the surface, certainly there is some flux. Okay, there is some flux through the surface. So two things I am reiterating again and again. What? One thing, total flux, okay, it is directly proportional to total number of lines, field lines, okay, field lines, and electric field intensity at any point. Strength of electric field, strength of electric field. Okay, electric field is what? It is proportional to number density of lines, means it is number of lines passing through unit area of the surface when surface element is perpendicular to the direction of electric field. So, this is number density of lines. Okay. So, these cases are being used again and again in this calculation of flux. So, this is flux. So, Gauss gave a general law which says the total flux through a surface which encloses some charge is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by the surface. Okay. Again listen, okay, Gauss gave a law according to which a total flux through a surface, total electric flux through a surface, again listen, total electric flux through a closed surface which encloses some charge q is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by the surface. Okay. So, let us calculate the flux. A flux through a surface element is what? A flux through a surface element. Suppose this is surface element, many lines are passing through this surface, okay, and you can imagine large number of lines here, and these are electric field lines, these are going away from this region, and electric flux through this area element, this surface element is what? Generally we write here delta phi equals E dot delta S, again I am writing here, and total flux to surface and total flux through the surface can be obtained in what way? This is phi when this delta phi is summed over the surface. So, this is taken total here, total flux and total electric flux, and this is nothing but this is E dot summation E dot delta S. Okay, angle between E and delta S, you know, this is area vector, and this area vector of a surface element is always in the direction normal to its surface. Okay, this is surface, its area vector is where? This area vector is like this is direction of delta S, and this is direction of electric field here in this region, and in this region see here the direction of electric field is like this, and direction of area vector is like this, and direction of electric field is here. Okay, this is electric field. So, angle between the normal to the surface means area vector and the direction of electric field, it may vary from place to place, from location to location on the surface depending upon the shape of surface and source of field, or you can say direction of field. So, this is how much total flux. So, total flux from here to here, total flux through the whole surface is this. So, here again from these two figures we can again try to see the situation. Okay, this is charge, same charge is placed here. So, total number of lines with which I am representing the field here and here in both cases will be same, because same charge is being taken. So, total flux through this spherical surface is same as the total flux here. Then what is happening here? So, in this case, in the case of irregular surface, see total flux is again I am saying this. So, let us divide this surface in different parts in large number of elements. So because in the case of irregular surface here, in this case at different locations electric field angle between the electric field vector and area vector is different. So here area vector is directed here, okay. In this case area vector is directed here, and electric field, you know, this is here, this is area vector, and again here this is direction of area vector and this is direction of electric field. So in all cases you can say the angle between area vector of surface element and direction of electric field may vary from place to place. So in order to calculate flux, we have to go in parts, okay. We have to go in parts, means we have to divide this surface in many small elements and then calculate flux through each element, and in order to find out total flux, okay, sum over this total flux or integrate this total flux over the surface. So first calculate electric flux through small surface element, okay, and then in order to find out total flux, okay, sum over this flux over the surface. Same thing here, if we divide this spherical surface in different elements, okay, in different small elements, and in this specific case what is happening there, you know, this electric field is in radial direction, charge is placed at the center, then electric field will be in radial direction, and normal to the surface element they will also be in radial direction. So for each surface element area vector of element is in the direction of electric field in the case of this situation. In the case of spherical surface, when charge is placed at the center, then we can calculate flux through small surface element delta S of the spherical surface is how much? Generally we write d phi or delta phi, okay. You can write delta phi equals E dot delta S. Here E is parallel to delta S. So I am considering this simple case, then certainly delta phi equals E delta S cos 0. So everywhere this area vector and electric field are parallel to each other, are in the same direction, and this is equal to E delta S. So same thing can be written like this, d phi or d phi equals E into ds. So total flux, we have to sum over this flux, okay. So total flux, how much? Total electric flux through the surface or what surface? Spherical surface, okay. Again remember this charge is placed at the center. Phi equals closed integral E ds. So remember one thing, or you know this thing, what? Strength of electric field 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r square. On the surface, this magnitude of electric field on the surface will be here, and this will be in the radial direction. This electric field will be in the radial direction. And see, for the surface distance from the center is fixed, means equal to radius. So value of E is same on this surface. So this is what? Magnitude of electric field here. This is magnitude of, means value of electric field. In this equation, you can take this E out. E ds. This is closed integral ds. So value of E is how much? This is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r square and integration ds. ds is what? Magnitude of area of a surface element. So magnitude of area of a surface element this and this. So if you integrate these all ds, the ds three elements, what will you get? What will you get? You will get the total surface area of the spherical surface. And so integration ds, okay, here ds equals how much? 4 pi r square. And so you can write here 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Let us write here phi total, okay, phi total equals 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r square into 4 pi r square. So this 4 pi and r square will get cancelled and q upon epsilon naught will be there. So see, this total flux, it does not depend upon any shape or radius or size, length, breadth, whatever. This is dependent on Q only, charge only. So if charge is enclosed here inside a surface, closed surface, then total flux through the surface will be Q upon epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is given because this whole charge, because this charge is kept in the vacuum, in the free space, and we are getting this thing. So phi total equals how much? Phi total equals Q upon epsilon naught. Okay. So this is result. This is very important result, and this is actually Gauss law. But same flux will be in this case. I have calculated this flux, or we have brought this result with the help of spherical surface, but same flux will be in the case of irregular surface which encloses the same charge. So this result is generalized to all surfaces, all closed surfaces enclosing some charge. So total flux, okay, total flux, electric flux through a closed surface is how much? Phi equals Q divided by epsilon naught, or you can write here this phi is in general way it is written E dot ds Q equals Q upon epsilon naught. Okay, this is very important result, and for exam purpose this is very important, and again its applications are much important. In order to calculate flux from any surface, you have to calculate flux in each part. Okay, so calculate flux in different parts, small parts, and then in order to take total flux, in order to obtain total flux, okay, you can sum over this flux. So this is the result, and Gauss law, again Gauss law. So Gauss law is what? So again I am saying total electric flux through a surface. Let us write one time. So total electric flux through a closed surface enclosing some charge is 1 upon epsilon naught times times the charge enclosed. Okay, charge enclosed. So total flux according to calculation will be equal to this, the integration of this thing gives, okay, this result. Okay. So again we can take another example here. In the case of uniform electric field, if field is uniform, in a uniform electric field, okay, uniform electric field, uniform electric field is what? It is represented by equispaced parallel lines, and now imagine a closed surface, a rectangular closed surface. You can imagine a closed surface of any shape. I am taking a rectangular closed surface and electric field lines are passing like this. So they are faces. Okay. So this is rectangular closed surface. Electric field lines are here entering this box and here they are leaving this box. So you can imagine here, name this, mark these faces here, 1, 2, this is 3, okay, this one, lower one, bottom is 4, and this front is 5, and behind it is 6. Let us see the electric field and surfaces. So electric field directed here for surface 1. For face 1, this electric field is here and area vector is also here. This is 1. Okay. And on the face 2, area vector is how much? So this is flat surface. So this area vector represents the total area. And this again, this is flat surface, its direction is in one direction and it is directed vertically upward. Here 3 on the face 3, area vector is here. So this is 2, this is 3, and this 4 1 is what? This is area vector, it is directed downward. And this face, this 5, its area vector is directed S5, delta S5, and behind it the 6th face, this is delta S6. So this is field is uniform. So value of field is everywhere in constant and its direction is from left to right everywhere. So flux, to calculate flux, what we do? We calculate flux through each surface or each face and total flux then we can obtain by adding flux through all faces. So total flux here, total flux we can calculate, this is total, and phi 1 flux through surface 1 or face 1, flux through face 2, flux through face 3 and flux to face 4 and flux through face 5 and flux through face 6. So in the case of 1, see delta, this flux is what? E dot delta S1 and this thing E dot delta S2 and flux 3 is here, E dot, E is everywhere same, so delta S3. I am taking simply example, okay, this is not a specific problem. See E dot delta S4 plus E dot delta S5 plus E dot delta S6. Okay. So these are values of flux from surfaces or from faces Okay, this is 5 and this is 6. Now again see, on the face 1, angle between these two is 0. So here E delta S cos 0. Second face, E delta S cos 90. Third, here E delta S cos 180 plus E delta S. Now go to 4, E delta S cos minus 90, okay, and 5 here, E delta S 5. So magnitudes are same, not very same, okay. These are S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, and S5 means again cos 90 and plus E delta S6 cos 90 degree, okay. Everywhere when angle is 90 degree, certainly the term will be 0, okay. This term, these terms, this and this, these all terms will be 0 because cos 90 is there in multiplication, and this is what E delta 1 and cos 0 is 1, and here this term, see, this is minus E delta S 3. If body is rectangular, and I have put this thing, if body is rectangular, first face and third face, these are opposite faces, so certainly these will be equal. So what is there? So E is constant. What is value of E? That is here, and delta S1, its value is equal to delta S3. So this comes to 0. So this is 0, and total flux is 0. It means what? Total number of lines coming here and total number of lines going out there. So total flux is 0. Definitely there is no charge inside the box, okay, because total flux is 0. Here flux entering the surface, it is negative, flux leaving the surface, it is positive, total flux is 0. But way in which we calculate the flux is what? We calculate flux through all faces and then we sum. This is all about this Gauss law, and later we will see the important points about the Gauss law and some applications of Gauss law. So certainly I expect you will cooperate much, and till then thank you very much. Please share this video to all nears and dears, and subscribe the channel if you have not done yet, and then comment also. Thank you very much.